Hey gang, it is Charles from Electric Owl Works with a unscripted update. As you can see, I am still in the control room at our Emery Road location. Julie and I are working real hard to get the new facility up and running. Had a couple setbacks, so I broke my foot. I had a little eye procedure done and a scratched cornea, and it hasn't been the easiest of winters here, so we're working real hard, but we're still up and running here. Actually, just had some live sessions in, so we're going to keep up and running here until the last minute, then basically take apart a space shuttle and rebuild it 2 miles away. So that's what's up. The Johnny Revolting CD is coming out. Check our website, which is http://records.electricowlworks.com for more information. There's links there to their Facebook page and their presence on social media. Bud Redding's CD came out a little while ago, so if you haven't checked that out, it's streaming on all the major platforms, and you can buy it as a digital download. It's Bud Redding Control Career. Right now I'm juggling a couple projects with Why Not, a jazz band. I've got 2 albums worth of stuff that we're like this close to getting the final mixes done. I've got an album coming out from jazz composer, bass player Mark Harris. So he's just finalizing a couple things, and then we start mix sessions. Additionally, there is the Niagara Falls band Stationwagon. A 7-inch is going to be coming out. I don't know, an EP after that. I'm not sure if Nolan, who's the songwriter, band leader, is decided yet, but we're super close on final mixes there, and a 7-inch single will be coming out, which will also be available online. The Monkey Wrench EP is in the works. We're doing final edits and mixes now. We just recorded a NPR Tiny Desk concert contest submission for them here last week in front of a desk in our guest lounge. That was a ton of fun, so that's coming up. And also, I'm back to mixing Acme Anvil Corp stuff, so that album that we were hoping to get out a little sooner is getting real close as well. And it was funny because when Timo was here last week, he's the singer from Monkey Wrench, we were talking about how the modern digital audio workstation technology makes it easy for studios to juggle different things, where in the old days, if I had everything to 16-track or 24-track tape, we'd have to run our mixes through the board and get it done, and then bring somebody else in, zero out the board, do it again. And now I can juggle stuff either totally in the box or in a hybrid fashion where we come out through the board and then print back to the DAW. So he had commented that he noticed I have this fascination with sleigh bells. I guess it really never dawned on me, but I'm always trying to sneak sleigh bells into mixes. And it's weird because he had mentioned that on one of their songs that I snuck some sleigh bells in, it reminded him of the song by the Replacements called Kiss Me on the Bus, which was from their 1985 album Tim. And if you remember that song, or if you haven't heard it, check it out. Great classic American alternative mid-'80s band. But toward the end of the song, on the chorus outro, some sleigh bells start coming in. And the Replacements, if you don't know, were a band from Twin Cities. They're from Minneapolis. And I grew up most of my life in Buffalo. So if you grow up in a cold kind of climate and the Canadian border, the sleigh bell thing kind of equates with winter. And with me, it's like, childhood memories of holidays and trips and things. But he thought that my fascination with it maybe was from this Replacements album, which was great. And it puts a little like Minneapolis winter into the song. I don't know if Paul Westerberg intended that, but it was a nice touch. I think my original fascination with sleigh bells came from old Russian music. Prokovief had a piece called Lieutenant Kijay, and in the 4th movement of that piece, which is called Troika, there were sleigh bells. And it's a very interesting kind of story of how mishap kind of snowballed out of control. If you ever saw the movie Brazil with the Tuttle and Buttle kind of thing with the bug and the printer thing, and how an accidental name thing can snowball out of control, that was kind of originally done in this old early 1900s novel, Russian novel, where a Russian military guy who this is pre-Soviet Union. A Russian military guy was writing his orders in the book. I think it was supposed to be a Russian general was writing orders in a book, and when he was writing orders and names of his military personnel, he sneezed and accidentally wrote Kijay. And so the story is based around that, but there's the fourth movement that has the sleigh bells in it, and when you hear it, it just, the Russian composers just had this passion and this ability to evoke landscape and atmosphere and emotion. And my fascination to sleigh bells goes way, way back to when I was a kid and first heard that. And then it was reinforced, I think, in the soundtrack of the 1975 movie called Love and Death, which was set in Russia. That piece was used in the soundtrack. So right now, I'm mixing Acme Anvil Corp, and of course, I've got a sleigh bell that I snuck into the percussion track. So I don't know how well this is going to come across. I'm recording through the iPhone, so let's give it a go. I'm just going to play the percussion track, which is here. Let me hit play. Okay, first thing I'll say, I've got a track in here called Sylvia, and that is a shout out to Sylvia Massy. That is the garden hose with a microphone on the end of it. Let me solo that real quick. So this is the sound of a drum set being recorded by an SM57 that's attached to the end of a garden hose and being squashed to heck with a compressor and then EQ'd. So it adds a lot of lo-fi character to a drum mix, and you can kind of sneak it in to the rest of your drum tracks. It sounds great. So there are my sleigh bells. What I did was I had the sleigh bells panned off to the right a little bit, and then through compression and reverb timing, I'm not using a pan, but with the compressor and the reverb tail and the timing, which was synced up with the BPM of the song, the sleigh bell, you hear the initial transient of the sleigh bells off to the right, and then the reverb tail kind of blooms coming out this way. So there's a compressor that kicks in after the transient and then releases. I think I got it set for like an eighth note or something like that, but it kicks in, releases, and then kind of blooms going off to the left side. So it's a really cool effect. And again, the whole sleigh bell thing, it's weird. I just, for me, it's just like some kind of dreamy, emotional thing. So I'm babbling. So I'm going to stop. But anyway, thanks for watching if you stuck around through another one of my unscripted rants. Peace and love. Be good to each other. And hope to see you soon. Bye.